one of the things that many of you may not know is that Conan O'Brien, yes, the Conan O'Brien, actually visited the West Bank. And it wasn't after October 7, 2023. No, this was 7 years ago. So you guys are going to enjoy this blast from the past clip, but pay close attention. I think it's very powerful.
There's been a lot of violence here, a lot of clashes between the Israeli forces and Palestinians, rock throwing, tear gas, killings. And of course, right here, the ultimate symbol of divisiveness, Donald Trump kissing the guard tower.
It's a really beautiful guard tower, really incredible. I love it. Really great job.
Apparently, he thinks it's his fourth wife.
While we were filming at the wall, I was confronted by a group of pro-Palestinian activists.
What do you think of this wall? Is this a normal wall?
Well, no, I don't think any wall like this is normal. Do you?
I'm Palestinian. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No. It's sad.
It's very
walls
sad.
like
It's an
this
open-air
wall.
prison at the end of the day. That's not, you don't create peace by segregating people. And they can't keep saying, oh, well, they throw rocks. You've got M16s. You've got tanks. You can't compare that.
There's also another side of it where there are people who would say we don't want the Jewish state to exist at all. We don't want to accept it at all.
If you speak to Palestinians, you can go into refugee camps, which they would never take
Right.
you, right? But you would be welcomed, and people will welcome you into their home and give you the clothes.
No,
off their back.
we're on our way to. We wanted to go to a refugee
Which one?
camp.
But with the IDF.
No, we're not going with the IDF.
You got to love the way Conan just kind of put his foot down. He's like, I ain't going with the IDF. What are you, crazy? I don't want anything to do with those guys. So even in the face of all of that has been going on, keep in mind that this was done. This clip is from several years ago. So Conan has been way ahead of the curve, and he's also shining a great light on a substantial issue. But remember, to tens of millions of people, they were simply not aware. A lot of people have just been completely affected by the propaganda. The propaganda is what has gotten to so many for so very long. This idea that everything just happened to begin on October 7th, 2023. But that's not true. He's at the West Bank right now. And as we've pointed out, perhaps the worst aspect of the Trump presidency rests in the fact that he was reelected with $100 million backing from Miriam Adelson, whose probably sole mission in life right now is to annex the West Bank.
We were headed.
Ida camp you're going to.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see as a solution?
As a solution, well, one, America has to stop giving Israel $10 million a day just for weapons.
Boy, that seems pretty simple, don't you think? And this is over 7 years ago. 10 million with an M, $10 million a day, $70 million a week, a quarter of $1 billion a month. And this is peacetime. So as you can see, we are funding a genocide. We've been funding the apartheid state forever. So while Israel is guilty of doing the deed, we're the drug dealer, giving the drug addict the drugs to do the deed. It's one and the same in so many ways.
Once the weapons stop, Israel has no choice but to talk about peace.
And if American people knew where their money was going, and the fact that when our wonderful orange president got elected, and people are very sad that
Let's not go after him for having orange hair.
Yeah.
Now you're getting personal with me. Now you have a problem with me.
It's his orange face. It's his face.
No, but
that got very personal very fast. Well, here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that there's no way my 40-minute program is going to satisfy what it is you want me to do. Now, let me just finish. What I do promise to do is make sure that people who watch this program will have an idea that this other reality exists. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you. Yeah, and if you're cool with us putting this online, as it unfolded, I'd be happy to do that.
I hope you guys all understand the significance of what Conan did here and how this flies in the face of everything as it relates to corporate media infrastructure. That's what happened here. And that's why it is so significant that we remember that there were people who were speaking out against the apartheid state, much less the genocide state, before it was politically convenient to do so. Now, while Conan did in fact go and visit Tel Aviv, I'm not going to play that clip because there is no point. I think it is very important that we see that Conan is not mincing words here. Now, unfortunately, he kind of stands all by himself. But this clip continues.
Okay.
The unedited version of this encounter can be found online. But to be fair, I must emphasize we did not have a similar conversation with the people who dispute these views.
I'm standing here in Aida. It is one of the oldest Palestinian refugee camps. And tell us, what does this represent, the opening here?
This is the gate of 1948. It symbolized the right of return for the refugees. Our grandfathers, they were forced to leave their villages, their houses. So they hold the keys. After 60 years, we are waiting for the international community to implement the UN resolution 194 that gave us the right to return for our homeland.
UN Resolution 194 came in the aftermath of Israel's first war with their Arab neighbors. Whether the refugees fled their homes or were forced from their homes is still a hotly disputed question to this day.
I don't think it's a disputed question anymore. I think we can agree on that.
Children that live here, are they growing up in a situation where they have no expectation that there'll be peace?
We as Palestinians, we are teaching the people that we will have peace on this land. We can live together here.
Would it be possible for me to go in and talk to some people? Is that possible?
Yes, we can go.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Shada.
Do you live here in Aida?
So I was born in Gaza camp, but then I married and came to live in Aida camp.
Okay.
So from camp to camp.
Do you feel like people in America understand what's happening here?
So do you know we have a problem with the American government, but we don't have any problem with the people. And I tried before to travel to America, but they refused my visa.
You couldn't get a visa to come in.
Because at that time I went to continue my master's degree there.
What was your master's in?
Environmental studies.
Environmental studies. Wow, a very impressive person.
Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Did these guys all grow up here in Aida?
Amazing. Guys, we have 193 of you watching right now, and only 79 of you have hit that like button. So if you could, please hit that like button. Please make sure that you're subscribed. Please make sure that you click the bell. Please make sure that you share the stream. As many people that we can get this out to as possible is obviously much appreciated. Teamwork makes the dream work. As you know, we shouted out our friend Savvy Sabs for passing 200,000 subscribers. We shout out our friends over at Due Dissonance for passing 100,000 subscribers earlier today. We are over 26,000 subscribers, but we're making our way up the ladder. And with supporters like you, the fact that we already have 200 of you in the stream, that really means a lot. It's going to allow us to continue to grow. And every step along the way makes a huge difference. We cannot say that enough. Because again, not only do we have a big base of support that is growing, we have a very loyal base of support. We recognize you guys showing up on a regular basis. And that is what really stands out. We say that we're small but mighty, and we mean that. We're mighty because the people who do watch our channel really appreciate the work that we are doing. And that really does mean a lot. And if you are so inclined, please go over to patreon.com/generational change. For as little as $5 a month, you can become a supporter of our small but mighty channel that is continuing to grow. So as I mentioned, I feel a certain level of pride and appreciation for Conan O'Brien because of what he represents. The fact is, he is substantially high on the totem pole in terms of corporate media, recognizable person. And yet, I can't think of anybody that ever did any type of coverage of the Palestinian people prior to October 7th. And even now, it's still kind of iffy, overwhelmingly. But the fact that he was willing to do that says so much about his courage and the fact that he has the confidence in his supporters that they wouldn't turn on him for doing this, that he knew that this is a message that needed to get out there. So credit to him for doing what needed to be done.